In this video, I will define an NFT in full detail. We had a hard time understanding them when we looked them up, so in this video, you'll learn what they are, why they're beneficial, which was our greatest question, and how the purchase process works. Hello everyone and welcome to Invest Wisdom. In this video, we're going to talk about what you can do with NFTs 2022. If you're new to this channel, do like and subscribe to the channel. Look at the search data from Google Trends for February and March 2022 to see how quickly they become popular. I actually got the idea for this video from that. Since we didn't know much, we made this video to help others. Everything we looked up was pretty hard to understand, but this video tells you everything you need to know about NFT. A non-fungible token, also called an NFT, is a type of digital token or asset. People often say that they are like digital paintings or digital trading cards. When you buy an NFT, you are basically just buying the rights to that asset. Non-fungible means that each time it is made, it can be changed. It cannot be broken down, and it cannot resemble anything else, such as a Bitcoin. Every Bitcoin is exactly the same. So what are NFTs? They are never the same. They are always different. In addition to a sign, you own a small piece of information. An NFT is a token that doesn't change over time. What is an NFT? If you want to get down to the details, well, NFTs are just a piece of data that belongs to an address. Whoever knows the password to that address owns that piece of data. This piece of data can be bought and sold to different addresses. The data is verified on a blockchain so you can check the owner's history. With an NFT, this can always be tracked. For example, this CryptoKitty that sold for $600,000 is just a small URL that belongs to an address. That individual merely has a little bit of data in their possession. It is theoretically possible for whoever controls the server where the picture is typically hosted by that piece of data to alter the image. When purchasing an NFT, it's critical to understand exactly what you're getting. You are purchasing a piece of information pointing to a server hosting an image or a GIF. You should be aware that the picture or GIF might change, as well as the server. On the blockchain, you truly possess a particular bit of data, not access to the server, not a picture or a GIF, but rather a little piece of data that links to the server. So, in any way, purchasing an NFT is similar to purchasing a stock in that you are purchasing a little chunk of data that symbolizes something greater. If it's not a dividend stock, you're not buying the whole company and you're not getting any dividends. What makes you want to purchase an NFT? There are several factors, but for the time being, the primary one driving the majority of purchases is that NFTs are seen as collectors by investors. Let's discuss the 4 primary reasons why an NFT is important. First off, the first NFTs of certain founders for firms will also be valuable. Much as Bitcoin is so well known since it was the first cryptocurrency. For instance, Pokemon trading cards are becoming more popular and the first edition cards command the highest prices. Let's imagine you own the first US bill. It probably has some perceived value. The second factor that adds value to an NFT is its usefulness, or in other words, the advantages it offers in the current world. Consider Elvis Presley selling 50 million albums if he were still alive today. Any of the programs he appeared in might be yours to watch forever if you owned one of them. Due to their practical advantages, these NFTs would soon gain popularity and become quite costly. Personally, I would only purchase an NFT if it offered a practical advantage. I believe that practicality all NFTs will develop this kind of feature in the future. Creators will make money by selling NFTs in exchange for a membership community, a weekly lunch gathering, or something similar. Think of the Mona Lisa as an NFT that is valuable because it is rare or one of a kind. Everyone can have a copy of the Mona Lisa in their home, but the original painting by Leonardo da Vinci can only be shown to the public by one person, or in this case, a museum. The same is true for a Babe Ruth signed baseball or the first copy of the United States Constitution. They are different. Even if they are just pictures of the universe, Others may have seen them before, but not the ones that Stephen Hawking made. Imagine if he only made the 3 new ones. Since there are only 3 originals, they would be very expensive. I learned that an NFT's value is based on who has owned it in the past. Who is, say, your favorite famous person. Let's say my favorite actor, Robert Downey Jr., wants to sell his leather jacket and buy a new one. So he might have paid $200 for that leather jacket when he first bought it, but now I may have to pay $800 to get the same jacket as Robert Downey Jr. NFTs are the same way. A collector might pay $1 million for a picture of the duck that Barack Obama once owned. Keeping these in mind will help you think about what an NFT really gives to society. When figuring out how much an NFT is worth, you should think about whether it is the first of its kind, has a practical use, is rare, and belongs to a famous person. If you like this video, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. For example, does it make sense to pay $2.5 billion for Jack Dorsey's first tweet? Let's start at the top and go down. Is this the first time? Yes. It is the first organization that is not for profit in that category. Does it do anything? No. You can change the tweet or use it to advertise your business or something similar. The third one is unique. And finally, who owned it before? In fact, this is not a yes. Yes, this is Jack Dorsey's first tweet. But this NFT hasn't been owned by a famous person yet, so it doesn't belong here. For example, the answer would be yes if it was my tweet and then PewDiePie bought it. But in this case, it only meets 2 of the requirements. If you buy his first tweet, you are basically betting that someone else will want to buy it in the future for a higher price. Since holding that NFT does you no good, it doesn't make sense. You are buying it to have fun or make money. If Jack Dorsey told the person who owns the NFT that he would have lunch with them once a month, the value would go through the roof. Here are the top 11 most valuable NFTs. If you don't want to listen to them ramble on, you can skip ahead. After that is CryptoPunk 6965, which is sold for 800 Ethereum. On February 18, 2021, the next CryptoPunk 4156 was sold for 650 Ethereum. Third, CryptoPunk 2890 was sold for 605 Ethereum on January 24, 2021. The famous Dragon CryptoKitty, which sold for 600 Ethereum, is another example. A CryptoPunk called 6487 was sold for 550 Ethereum. After that, we have about 12,600 square meters of land in the Decentraland globe. The price was 514 Ethereum. The next one is Hashmask 9939, which costs 420 Ethereum. The F1 Delta was a very interesting idea for a car that was sold for 415 Ethereum on February 19, 2021. Another CryptoPunk sold for 400 Ethereum, a real piece of land in the Decentraland world sold for 345 Ethereum. And the legendary Nyan Cat sold for 300 Ethereum. A very important question to ask about NFTs is if someone can copy them. Technically, an NFT can be copied just like any other piece of art, but because all NFTs keep track of their transaction history, the original NFT address can be traced back to its creator. It's also important to remember that someone could make a new NFT and link it to the same hosting address as the original NFT, or they could link it to a different address that leads to the same image or GIF. The information in an NFT is what makes it valuable, not the picture. LeBron James could make a free shot when 30,000 people are watching, just like I could make a free throw at my local YMCA. But one is much better than the other depending on what other people think. Even though I do the same thing as LeBron, his free throws are worth a lot more than mine. When you get into the NFT market, you might also wonder, how do I buy an NFT? Because it's pretty easy to buy an NFT and the challenges are about the same as when you buy stock in a company. You should now know the most NFTs are sold on markets that only sell NFTs like eBay, Amazon, and Facebook Marketplace. Since Ethereum is often used to buy NFTs, you'll probably need some real Ethereum on hand before you can buy a CryptoKitty or an NBA Top Shot. This could be a bad thing. Transferring cryptocurrency to an NFT wallet usually requires some technical knowledge, since if you do it wrong, you could lose all your money in the transaction. Here are the top 4 NFT exchanges where people buy and sell NFTs. App.rarible.com, OpenSea.io, SuperRare.co, and NiftyGateway.com. If you want to buy an NFT, the first thing you need to do is sign up for an account on that website. The second step is to buy cryptocurrency on another exchange and then move it to your wallet on that exchange. You should know that NFT wallets are a lot like every other kind of cryptocurrency wallet. Most of the technical details are based on the ERC 721 protocols, but I promise I wouldn't get too technical in this video. Most of the time, they have both a public and a private key. Last but not the least, you can actually bid on what you want to buy, just like at an auction, and pay for it. How will you use your NFT? You might be wondering where to put your NFT now that you've bought it. You bought it in a wallet, so it's safe and easy to get out when you want to show your friends and other people what you just bought. If you want to keep your NFTs offline and safe, you should use a hardware wallet like a Ledger Nano. If you want to keep them online, here are some options. Thank you for watching. I hope you have learned something from this video. If you like this video, do give us a like, subscribe to the channel, and comment down below. Thank you and goodbye.